good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, all my great smelling dudes. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Monday. Again, if you haven't seen my scent of the day post, today I am wearing, by day 3, it is Tres Oros, and I gotta say, I'm gonna talk about it in a second, but that is probably the release of the year. Designer, niche, indie, it doesn't really matter what you're talking about. I think that day 3 Tres Oros is one of the best releases, at least of the last like 2 years. Really, really good. But if you haven't seen my community post, today I am going to be doing a giveaway of Polo 67 Eau de Parfum, the brand new release, as well as the PR book bag that was given. It is a Ralph Lauren book bag. It's actually really nice as far as like the quality. So if you use book bags and stuff, which I usually don't, I decided it was either between the hat or the book bag, and I'm a hat guy, so I decided to keep the hat. But with that said, we're doing the giveaway for that. In order to be entered into the giveaway, just like last time, so we keep away spam comments or spam people entering or multiple accounts, you need to do a $1.99 donation, either super chat or super sticker. If you want two, which there is a max 2 entries, it's just one time $5 donation to the channel, which goes all back into fragrances, obviously. But let me know what your scent of the day is. Also, let me know if you can hear and see me, obviously. Mr. Bean said, and I saw this before the live, he said, let's chop it up. What? Let's chop it up just means let's chat. It's something from when I was growing up, so I thought people still said it, but if not, whatever. Anyway, what's going on, Gian? Scent of the day is Versace Oud Noir. That is one that I actually have never tried. I think I had a decan of it at one time that I tried for a second, but I can't remember it. But yeah, I've never actually tried it. What's up, Jason? Scent of the day is Nishane's Saffron Colognise. And I did see, if you become a member to the channel, which Junior and Jason did, I will count that as an entry because of the fact that it's the same thing. It's $3.99 to become a new member of the channel, which I will highlight his name just so you see. If you go to the description of pretty much any one of my videos, or if you go to the main part of my channel, you go under the description of the channel, it shows you the link to become a member. Because I'm not a 50,000 subscriber person or more, I don't have the join button unless you are on a desktop website. So anyway, if you do become a member, that also counts as an entry. So I do appreciate it. So I am writing down Junior's name, and I'm also writing down Jason. I can't see how much it is while I'm on a live stream, so I can only give you one entry for that, unfortunately, but I appreciate you becoming a member. You guys are fantastic. All right, so I just want to scroll to the bottom just to make sure you can see me and hear me. Let me know if you can see or hear me just so I can continue with the live stream, because I've been having issues, especially with the new mic and stuff. I just want to make sure everything is good to go. Okay, Jason, then I'll put you down for the designer is something like that. I think. Yeah, because I can't check. But if it was the designer one, I think that's level 2. If that's level 2, then I'll put you down for 2. But I can't. It just tells me that you're a new member. So like on a live stream, I can't see. It doesn't tell me what type of member you became, so I can't actually check. Sleepy John, you are entered into the giveaway. All right, again, you have to be in the United States. And then once I get through some of these, if I don't call your name, I will re-list everybody's name at the end. And as long as you are around, if I didn't mention your name, you can just tell me at the end. Don't come and say, hey, you didn't mention my name yet. Because if I just missed it, just tell me at the end. I don't want to, because I want to get through these fragrances. Last time I had a lot of issues. We got Sean Conley. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it, man. I got you down for 2. All right. So let's get to the actual comments. Not referring to booger sugar. I saw that earlier too. What's going on, AS? How you doing, buddy? Send the days Lacoste Blanc Eau Fraiche, one of my favorite ones. He always comes in prior to the live and tells me to have a good live, so I always appreciate that. Even if you can't be here, I appreciate the support. What's up, Mike? Rainy dude, hoping all is well. Bad storms slamming Philly currently. It's weird because you're getting the bad storms. I live from Pittsburgh, so usually the lake effect comes through Pittsburgh and then goes to Philly. And we had some storms, but nothing like crazy. So quite interesting, but hopefully you're staying safe. What's going on, Dontaries? How you doing, man? Welcome to Mo's. Looking most forward if you get to try Ali Saab one. Which one's the Ali Saab? Because Mo, I can't get to everything, so the ones that I have here that, because I have 2 fragrances already, and then I have Cedar, Malaki, Arabian, Tonka, Teriaq Intense, Bleu, Noir, EDP, and Nitro White. I was only able to pick 5, but I'll do the Ali Saab one with you separately, or I'll do it on my next live. You can just let me know what you want to do, but yeah, that's not here. What's going on, Junior? Thank you for the member. I appreciate it, man. About to get on a plane in Cali. I'll catch the beginning. If you do win a live, if you do win the giveaway, Junior, like he's the one who won the last giveaway. If you win this one, you have 24 hours to watch the replay and claim. All you have to do to claim it is either Instagram message me at FragranceDoud or email me at FragranceDoud@gmail.com. You already know that, though. All right. What's going on, Fragrance Induced Coma? Scent of the day is Herba Pura Magica. I haven't tried that one before. I have some, me and Mike from Fragrance Fraternity are doing a decant swap, and we were supposed to go live together today, but we both kind of like last minute forgot. And so we're doing some sharing of decants, and there's a Xerjoff, there's a Suspiro, and stuff like that he's sending me. What's going on, Barry? Scent of the day is Suspiro Vibrato. You're smelling good, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Speak of the devil. What's going on, Mike? Go follow Mike at Fragrance Fraternity if you haven't already, and any of the other fragrance content creators in here. Obviously, go follow them like Fragrance Induced Coma. Scent of the day is Clive Christian Rock Rose. I love that stuff. Love, love, love that. I know some people, they're iffy about it. I don't like rose, so I was scared of the fragrance, and then I realized that it doesn't really have rose in it. It actually smells quite unique. It does have the same kind of style as Parfums Marley Percival, but there's a lot more going on to it. It's a lot smoother, and it's just very, very good. And make sure to hit that like button on the way in. It takes 2 seconds. Got my trusty pen in my hand. I got my daughter. She had her braces, or whatever those things, Invisaligns, for like 2 years. And every time she went for a checkup, I kept telling her, grab those pens on the way out. They have the best pens. And so she got like 30 of them throughout like 2-year period. What's going on, Newt? I finally clicked on one of your comments. Last time I forgot. Scent of the day is, oh, that's one of the ones I need to get. Creed's Bois de Portugal. Speaking of Bois de Portugal, if you guys remember, 3 months ago, I got a $350 stipend from Venba Fragrance to pick whatever you guys choose for me. And that 3-month period is coming up again. So he's going to give me the $350 stipend for you guys to choose. And Bois de Portugal is actually on my list of one of the ones I want to try. If you're talking about Neshane's Colognese, I actually talked about that about 1.5 to 2 years ago. That is a hidden gem. You can find it for like $20 to $30, or $60 to $70, not $20 to $30, I wish. But it has this vintage green vibe to it, but it's a great springtime fragrance or into summer. It has a nice citrus. It definitely has a vintage vibe to it, but very, very nice. What's up, Day Not to Man? Scent of the day is Mystery for Him from Myth. That's one I've never heard of. There's a lot of people that are talking about fragrances I've never heard of before. What's going on, Kenneth? Scent of the day is Nishane's Hachivat. Scent of the night is Order Parisi Seminalis. I tried Hachivat. I owned Hachivat, and then I sold Hachivat. But Order Parisi, I've tried a few. That is not one of them. But hopefully you're having a great day. Mo is wearing Ocean of Midnight Moon. Nice. I'm trying to get to the bottom so I can start the reviews. Yeah, that's talking to somebody else. I'm happy when you guys are having fun talking to each other. I already got you, Sean. Thank you. Send the Days Portrayal Man by Amouage. Last time you guys were doing so many donations that I forgot to actually read the comments attached to them. But you guys know my thoughts on Amouage. But thank you for the donation, and I got you down already. So far, I have Junior, Jason, Sleepy, and Sean. And I'm probably going to have more in a second, but I'll tell you. I'll let you know when I get to them. What's up, Sun Devil? Send the day is Zaharoff Seraphim Blue. If you're just joining the live stream now, in order to be entered into the giveaway, Polo 67 EDP full bottle. I will ship it out tomorrow. I'll cover the $15 to $20 shipping, obviously. And then you get the Polo Ralph Lauren book bag, which is actually high quality. Unlike a lot of the gifts that they give you with fragrances, this is the PR package, obviously. So I'll send that out tomorrow. All right. Thank you, Joel. I just got to this comment now, so I know I'm pretty far behind. What's going on, Novice? How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you on your live the other day. You could thank Mo for that. I was in the shower and I was getting out, and I saw Mo's text saying that you were live, and then I saw that I had a notification that you were live. So, send the days French Avenue Royal Blend Bourbon. Nice. So I'm putting you down. So Novice times 2. Got you down twice. Sound and video are good. Thank you very much. Junior, you can put in for an extra entry, yes. You just have to do the $1.99 because, again, I saw that you followed me as a member, but I don't know what the membership was. So unless you can tell me what the membership was, which I can verify after, I can see, like, for instance, let's say Jason wins and I have him twice and he said that he did the $7.99 one or whatever, which I don't think I have a $7.99 one. But if it's not, then I would obviously have to redraw it. So you can just let me know. You can do the extra entry by doing a $1.99 donation, or just tell me if the membership you paid for was over $5, because I can't see it while I'm on a live stream. You also put down for designer. Okay, then I will put 2. As long as it's over $5, I'll have to check after, but I'll just have to check. And then Sleepy John, didn't let me know if you did the designer one too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 designer dudes now. If we get another, why I can't math right now. And I used to be a math tutor. That's funny. If we get another, what the fuck is going on with me right now? 9. If we get another 9 people in designer dudes, we will start doing a designer giveaway a month just for the people that are part of that. All right. So, Sleepy John, I do have you in twice. So we got Junior twice, Jason twice, Sleepy John twice, Sean twice, and Novice twice. We got Ricardo twice. We got Griffin twice. And Junior there again. Thank you. And he's wearing, need that new PDM. Yeah, a lot of people are getting mad at me for having it. I don't understand. It's like, I got it in to try to do a review for you guys, and some people are getting pissed at me for having it. Send of the day mystery for him. And I am not talking about, like, companies are getting mad at me for having it. I'm talking about, like, subscribers are getting pissed because I have it, and I can't tell them that where I got it because they don't have it anymore. It's like, I could tell them where I got it, but they're getting pissed at me. Sleepy John's, send of the day is Prada Luna Rosa Ocean Parfum. Anyway, thank you for all the people who did the donations so far. I really appreciate all you guys. If I don't act like it, it's because I'm trying to get through all of this, but it's very, 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 very much appreciated. And I know that you're doing it for the giveaways and stuff like that, but just the support goes a long way. I really appreciate you guys. But send of the day is Prada Luna Rosa Ocean Parfum. I think my favorite ocean is the original one. The Parfums, my second. I don't own the other two, the EDP and, or the Parfum. And the red one? Yeah, the EDP or the Parfum. Because it was just, there was something about them that it's just, I owned a Parfum, but then I traded it away because I just never really got much wears out of it. I like it, but I just don't get much wears out of it. I don't know why, but I appreciate you following my channel, buddy. What's going on, Kevin from Lakeland, Florida? Hopefully you're doing well down there with your bus line, man. Chris, Ola, Polo 67 EDT today. If you guys didn't see this hat, I decided to wear it for it. I figured it was a good day to wear the Polo 67 hat. Usually when they send you hats for these type of things, or they like you get it from Macy's or whatnot, they're usually really crappy hats. This hat's actually pretty nice, just like the book bag. But Chris, I got you down twice. And Jason, got you down twice. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, so we'll do the giveaway at the end. I'm not going to have a really long live stream today because honestly, last night my dog was not feeling good, so I was up until 6 a.m. It was not a good night last night. All right, Mo. I got you, Mo. I'll get to your comment in a second. Fragrance Induced Come. What's being given away? It is a Polo Ralph Lauren book bag and the Polo 67 EDP full bottle, and then I'll have it out tomorrow. Obviously, you just need to do a $1.99 donation to have one entry, or $5 for two. We do that because the last time I did live or giveaways, I actually stopped. I used to, if you guys don't know, if you weren't part of my channel when I first started coming up, I did a giveaway a week. I was giving away full bottles. I was giving away niche, designer, 10 decants, 20 decants. I was doing crap ton of giveaways. And then it started to get concentrated with trolls and spam and people creating duplicate accounts. And like there was somebody who just goes across the fragrance community looking for giveaways, and that's all they did. So in order to stem that out, it was the idea of my moderators, myself, and a lot of other people that the best way to do that is just do a $1.99 donation, because a lot of people, you would be surprised, even the people who have duplicate accounts and stuff like that, they would rather not do the $1.99 donation. And so even though it's only $2, it's less than a cup of coffee, they would rather not do it because they don't want to have to give something to get something. But anyway, it seemed to work out on the last one, so we're going to continue it, and until everybody starts complaining about it, that's just what we're doing. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Whatever works for you, dude. If you need material for the next live, have at it. I am far behind. I'm catching up. Dan, not the man. I got you, buddy. There's no other Dans, so I'm not using Dan, not the man. I'm just doing Dan. If there is another Dan later, I'll fix it up. But I appreciate for the super sticker. Okay. I saw the 3 memberships, and all 3 memberships were, I had to look it up, but they all 3 were designer, which is $5.99. So yes, it does count for it. Blake, thanks for the super sticker. Got you down for the 1, buddy. Oh, $7.99. So I don't even know my own thing. I had like only a few members for a while. Jafar has been the member for the longest. It's been 18 months. And then we have Novice Knows, who's the second longest member, I think, at 13 months. So congratulations to you guys. I got Kenneth Westall. Just want to make sure I didn't write him down already. I did not. Kenneth, ×2. Thank you for the super sticker, bud. All right. Now we have 2 Jonathans, I think. No, that's Sleepy John. Okay, so I'm putting you down as Jonathan. Jonathan, $5 super sticker. So you got 2. I just tried Polo 67 EDP, and it smells great. Send of the day is a sample of the new Dolce & Gabbana K Parfum. That is one I haven't tried. It's not in my stores yet, but I have heard it is the best K. I can't tell you if that's right, but saying it's the best K is kind of saying like you're the best piece of crap in the crap field. So I honestly don't know if it's going to be any good, because I think K smells nice, but they're just like average, basic, generic designers, in my opinion. So I'll have to see what my own smell, how I like that. Got my sample of CASTLEY, and now my future self is out $300. Yeah. Well, hopefully we're almost at the bottom. So, thank you, Joel. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that like. Takes 2 seconds. I just want to make sure I get everybody. I got Johnny Pump. Johnny, and you know what's funny is I think last time the person who won it was the person who donated first. That's pretty funny. I think Junior was the first person to donate last time. Day 3 Tres Oros. Love the stuff. Love it. I'm going to talk about that in just a half a second here. Anthony, what's going on, man? I got to shout your name out. Obviously, $10 donation. I really appreciate it, man. I got to get you down here for 2. Anthony. Times 2. I appreciate you, man. Rockin' ATH Violet Oud. That one I haven't heard of. It does sound good, though. Violet Oud. Thanks for cracking out. Great content. It's been a great month. And I can appreciate everybody saying that because everybody's been... We got 247 new subscribers in the last 7 days, which is huge. It's the most subscribers that I've had since I started my channel in a 1-week period. It is the most views. I've had more views this last 30 days than I had in all of 2023. 2023. So not last year, because last year I still had a lot, but I had more views in this last 30-day period than I did all of 2023. So it's been a crazy month. I know it's because I got lucky with a lot of the new fragrances. Like this one has almost 10,000 views, but I mean, I can't do it without you guys watching them. So I really appreciate it. Talking to Sleepy. Can polish turd at the end of the day is still a turd. Exactly. You know what I'm saying, man. It's the same thing. I'm trying to get to the fucking bottom, and I can't feel like I'm doing it. Amazing Robin. Damn, I'm running out of paper. I was using an Xfinity moving to-do list that I found. All right, getting to the next page. I'm going to put you down as Robin, just so you know it's going to be under Robin, just because it's going to take a lot longer to type that in at the end if I'm typing it in twice. But thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Or super chat. It's just a super chat without typing anything. Looks like you like the giveaway. I keep getting an error when I try to donate, so rip my chance of good luck. David Webster, if you would like to, I'm not telling you to do it. If you would like to send me a PayPal of $1.99 or $5, it's FragranceDoud@gmail.com. If you want to PayPal me that way, you can. That's up to you. I'm just giving you another option if the donation isn't working, and it'll pop right up on my phone, so I'll be able to see it. That is your call. I just am giving you another option, unfortunately. True, $4.99, dude, add Fragrance Fraternity. Where's Mike at? Well, I told you guys I'd see it at the end. Mike, Fragrance Fraternity. But I appreciate you guys letting me know. You're the best moderators in the business. Killing it. Absolutely going crazy. I don't know what's going on, but I mean, and you would think, 247 subscribers compared to other people isn't a lot. I never really cared about subscribers. Like, I obviously care about the people. I don't care about the number. I never have. I mean, when I started my channel, I didn't even monetize until I was at like 6,000 subscribers. So I don't really care about that. I really appreciate it when I see, like, I don't even look at my numbers. I know Newt told me I'm almost at 3 million views. I said, I didn't even know. I don't look at the numbers. But just knowing that there's that many people that are consistently coming to my channel is great. And we have a 73% return rate on subscribers. So that's always great, too. And Jason Sherrill. What's going on, man? Wait. David Webster. So, Jason, are you saying you are... Because I already have Jason... Yeah, I have Jason down for 2 already. So, Jason is putting in for David. David Webster is now in twice. I want to make sure that's what you're saying. So Jason, just put a thumbs up if that is what you're saying, just so I know. But I'm pretty sure that's what you're saying. Okay. Okay, I got you. All right, so we are at the bottom. Again, for anybody who's coming in, if you want to donate, you have about 20 minutes or so to do a $1.99 donation to enter into the giveaway. Trace Oros extrait. Is it an extrait? Yeah, it is an extrait. I didn't know that. I don't look at that stuff. For day 3, I mean. Can you buy a 10 milliliter of Trace Oros extrait? I would look at Venba Fragrance. I don't know. I know that they, here, let me see. Day 3. So it says that you can try every day 3 fragrance for $35 on their site by getting a decant. So I'm guessing you can get it straight from their website. That's what it looks like. Because I know they sent me a decant with mine just so I didn't have to open the bottle, which is actually really smart. But yeah, it seems like they sell it on their website. If not, I would actually email the website and ask Mike. I'm going to have the perfumer on here in a couple weeks, and he'll be able to see if he can get you a 10 milliliter decant, most likely. Anyway, so my scent of the day again, Trace Oros by day 3. I got it in about 5 days ago, and I have to tell you, this fragrance is the release of the year so far if you like gourmand fragrances. I love gourmand fragrances. I don't like sickly sweet gourmand fragrances, and that is why I like this one. This one is not sickly sweet, while it is still sweet. Brian Richards. I knew it popped up, so Brian, I got you down, buddy. Brian times 2. I got you. If you guys are wondering, I just got a PayPal, so somebody heard me. So Brian, I got you in times 2, buddy. Thank you very much for the PayPal. So Trace Oros is a nice gourmand that has a bit of a tropical citrusy vibe in the background, because the way that it, oh, hold on. You also get a $35. So you can get the decant from their site, and they also give you a $35 coupon for a full bottle. So there you go. So now we're going to actually review this. Trace Oros. If you've ever smelled Aurum by Zaharoff, there is this honey in that is very, very, very strong. And it's the main part of the first 45 minutes of the fragrance, and it's even part of the dry down, but in the opening, it's a very rich honey. The honey in this is very, very similar to that, in which it is going to remind you of the honey from Aurum while not being the most prominent note in it. It's almost like if you took the honey from Aurum and just layered it into the background of the fragrance. And then on top of it, especially in the opening, you get a beautiful grilled pineapple mixed together with a little bit of this mandarin orange. It smells like orange. I don't know if it's mandarin orange, clementine, something like that. But it has a little bit of this nice, juicy, orangish feel mixed together with that grilled pineapple. And then on top of it, you get a nice dusting of cinnamon. And so if you like cinnamon, if you like honey, if you like ambery tones, and then you want a little bit of freshness, this is a gourmand that can be worn in the transitional seasons. So while it's still great in the winter, this is going to be something you could still wear in the spring days and the fall days, because of the fact that it does have that pineapple. It does have that grilled pineapple. So it's not like the pineapple from Aventus. This is more like a grilled pineapple. And then you mix that together with a little bit of the mandarin orange. It just adds a little bit of freshness to the fragrance. It's not a fresh fragrance by any means, but it is one of the most well-blended high quality gourmand fragrances I've ever smelled. And it's different. It doesn't smell like anything else. Outside of the honey cinnamon mixture, smelling like the honey cinnamon mixture from Orum, that is way more dialed down. And it's just a background nuance to the fragrance that does pull up a bit more in the fragrance. But I gotta say, if you like that style and you like a little bit of pineapple, a little bit of this, because I know Ross said that it was like cinnamon dusted pineapple rings or something like that. I don't get that heavy of a pineapple. There are parts of the opening, like 20 minutes, where it does come forward and mixes together with that orange. But then you add a little bit of plantain. The plantain to me, which I don't even, I know what they look like. They look like those like bananas, but it doesn't smell like banana whatsoever. So I don't know what plantain smells like. I just know there's a little bit of a green facet to the fragrance, and I'm thinking it might come from that. I honestly don't know. But if you do like gourmand fragrances, I'm telling you, this one is probably a top 2 or 3 gourmands I've ever tried. And I'm not, like, day 3, there are some ones in that line that really interested me. But for the most part, I was, like, Say Less was my least favorite one, which I know a lot of people like that one. Bonnie, I know a lot of people like that one. I prefer a lot of other tropicals over that. I liked Amber Dominicano. I liked La Tacita de Cafe, which was my favorite until this one. So I gotta say, this is my favorite day 3. So it's a great, great one. Plantain chips. Now I think I know what they smell like. Know what they taste like. I've had those. They're at my Giant Eagle. I do know what you mean. No, I just know that they look like bananas. Like, not the inside. I just know, like, they're like little mini bananas, aren't they? I mean, I could be completely wrong. Anyway, going into the next one. Oh, I don't want to miss the person, because I already missed Mike. What's going on, J-Word Lamar? How you doing, man? Just looking for a shout out. Polo 67 EDP was announced as soon as I bought the EDT. Ouch. Yeah, that's kind of painful. I'll hold off for the Parfum. And you're probably right. It's going to have a Parfum. Somebody was like, do you, right whenever this was released, somebody said, why is this one coming out when they're coming out with the Parfum in a month? I said, I think you got your wires crossed, because I don't think they're going to come out with a Parfum the same month they come out with the Eau de Parfum. It just wouldn't make any sense. But anyway, if you haven't already, go follow his channel. J-Word Lamar does some great fragrance content. I met him through here. So yeah, absolutely go follow him. But I am putting you down because you did donate. If you do win, and for instance, you don't want the winnings, you can give it to somebody else. But I got to put you down just to be fair. All right. But yeah, definitely go follow his channel. Hopefully you're doing well, man. What's up, Kenneth? Hey, dude, have you ever had anything from Panadora? Yes, I have. I tried Panadora, was it Moonlight? Yeah, Panadora Moonlight. I'm going to be getting Forever Love this weekend. The note breakdown looks insane for a summer fragrance. I haven't tried any of their summer fragrances, but I have to say, I tried Moonlight last month, and that was one of my favorite fragrances that I've tried in a long time. I was really hyped on that fragrance. And then I forgot the name completely. No, my moderator Newt was like, dude, you already tried that. I gave it to you the other day. I was like, oh, okay. I forgot the name because I reviewed so many on the same live stream. But anyway, what's going on, Jonathan? I saw your name, but I need to get to the review. Jonathan Matson, hopefully you're doing well. Parfums Marley, CASTLEY. All right. When I first got this fragrance in, I thought it was a love. I thought it was one of my, if not my favorite fresh Parfums de Marly. Then I wore it a few times. I still really like it. I still think it's a really nice fragrance. The more I wore it, the more it got more, I don't know if you could say old manish, because I'm almost 40. So I would say it's like a 30. When I first tried it out, I would have said somebody in their early 20s could easily rock this fragrance. but now the more I wore it, it's 30, maybe 35 plus. The opening of this fragrance is very bright. It's very juicy. The citrus is just absolutely immaculate. Um, it has a slight bit of spice underneath it, but it just it makes you reminded of a few other fragrances out there that are in the same line while doing something its own. Like there's pieces you'd be like, huh, that kind of smells like a soapy Cedley without the mint. It kind of smells like this, kind of smells like that. But the more you wear it, the more you smell it, you realize it's kind of doing its own thing. And then when you get about 10, 15, 20 minutes into the fragrance, it starts to get, the ginger starts to pull up and the spice starts to pull up, and then you get a bit of the labdanum coming in, and you start to realize that the fragrance is going down the route of a lot of the other designer fragrances that have come out this year that I've had issues with. Boss Bottled, the Bold Citrus, it had a similar aspect to where it starts out very bright and citrusy and very mass appealing, and then it falls into this spicy masculine vintage style fragrance. And this one kind of does the same thing, where that labdanum comes in, it gets a bit rich, it gets a bit like spicy, and then it starts to remind you of a mix between Lacoste, the style of fragrance that Lacoste Blanc Eau Intense is. If you have tried the Eau Intense, you will know the style of fragrance that the most part of this fragrance is, and that is that spicy, gingery, even though it's turmeric in that fragrance. It's like a spicy, gingery mix that has a little bit of a citrus underneath. And so while I do enjoy that, and then you have some soapy nuances under it, that part of the fragrance, it doesn't make it a love for me. It makes it just a like. And so while I will not buy a full bottle of this once I run out of the rest that I have in here, I already said that I might get a syringe because I have a hypodermic needle, and I might just buy like a 20 milliliter decant and then squirt it back through the atomizer, which it has worked. So I could do that again. I don't know, because I can't see myself spending $300+ on this fragrance, because that mid does last a long time, and my wife isn't a huge fan of the mid. She loves the opening. And then the dry down, like the far dry down after about 2 hours, it gets a bit creamy. It has a little bit of citrus mixed in. It has the soapiness. It has a bit of woods. And at that point in time, it's actually a very nice fragrance. It's just, how do you feel about that 15-minute to 2-hour period? Do you like the spice? Do you like that 30-plus-year-old fragrance style? Do you like that? I don't know. For me, Lacoste Blanc Eau Intense, it didn't even come close to the Eau Fraiche. It had that spicy turmeric, and it just wasn't something that I wanted to wear. And I get the same feeling from this. But when I first spray it on, I'm like, wow, that's great. And every single time that I wear it, I'm like, wow, that is great. But then as soon as you get to that mid, I'm just like, okay, yeah, I like it, but I don't like it as much as I did in the opening. And I do that every single time. So my thoughts on CASTLEY is that it's about a 7.5 to an 8. I think a lot of people are going to like it, but a lot of people are not going to like it. I don't think anybody's really going to hate the fragrance. It's hard not to like, but, or at least not think it smells okay. I just don't think it's going to be this hype beast that Cedley, Percival, and Greenlee were when they came out. It might be closer to more of like how people feel about Godolphin and Cologne and maybe Greenlee, because a lot of people were iffy on that too. So I would say it's going to be more in that realm of the PDMs, but only time will tell. It's just my opinion personally. Do you think there will be a fresh Guerlain this year? Guerlain usually does something. I mean, like the L'Homme Ideal, they did the Parfum last year. The year before that, they did the Platine Privé. The year before that, they did the warm one. And so this is the fresh year. And so I would say that they probably will. But you never know. They always end up doing something, and it's always right before summer. So if they're going to come out with another L'Homme Ideal, it's probably going to be a fresh one because they did the Parfum last year. But the Parfum was a mix of a few. So I don't know what route they're going to be going. But they have lost all of their freshies outside of Platine Privé. They got rid of Cole. They got rid of Sport. They got rid of Cologne, which is now Platine Privé with a Cologne with a twist. And so I don't know. I would think you're correct that they're going to have one, but you never know. Sedley for spring and summer, and Herod for fall and winter are my favorites. Mine too. You are 100% on par with me. I would say that Sedley, and apparently there's a rumor floating around that Sedley is being chopped. I can't verify that for sure. Some PDM rep told somebody at some point, and then the kind of rumor mill went crazy that Sedley's on the chopping block, and that is why they're releasing this. I don't know if it's correct. I'm just telling you what I've heard. So, yeah, thanks for reminding me of that, Newt. I have Philosophia, Amber Dominicano, Bonnie Island. Oh, Island's a good one, too. And Tris Oros, all from day 3. All her hits. Yes. My least favorite of all of those is Philosophia, but I still liked it. But out of all of those, I like every single one of them. My favorites are Amber Dominicano, Island, and Tres Oros. But La Tacita de Cafe is my other favorite. I love CASTLEY. Definitely pick it up once it hits Venba. Dry Down reminds me of Sedley's Dry. See, it has that similar Sedley vibe. It's like a soapy Sedley. That's the exact way that I look at it. It has the same lemon oil. You can tell the lemon oil in this fragrance is the exact same lemon oil they used in Sedley. So if you're one of those people that didn't like the lemon from Sedley, you're probably not going to like the citrus in this one either. Even though it's mixed with a lot of other things and it has more depth than Sedley, that's your decision. But yes, I agree. It's almost like a spicy, more soapy version of Sedley's Dry Down. Randy, what's your experience with 55 milliliter bottles from Zoha Aroma? I found of the 3 I've bought, 2 leaked. I also think that the 20 milliliter has way better atomizer. 20 milliliter does have better atomizer. 55 milliliter bottles, I haven't had one leak, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 8, and I just gave away 2, so I had 10. So I would say that it might just be your bottles, but I do have to say that I did have one issue with one of their atomizers on the 55 milliliter bottle. If you reach out to them and tell them that your thing is leaking, they will send you a brand new atomizer. So just reach out to them, Peacekeeper. I know Nafi, and just say that my atomizers are leaking. Can you send me however many atomizers you need, and then just attach a picture of the leak, and he will send you a new atomizer. But I do agree the 20 milliliters are a better atomizer. It's the type of bottle they bought. It came with those atomizers, so yeah, that's probably why. Anyone ever heard of PDM Byerly? Yeah, no one mentions it because it's just not great. I mean, it smells okay, but it's in that realm of like, a lot of people find it more of a miss than a hit. I tried it once. I couldn't tell you what it smells like anymore, but it was like 2 years ago that I tried it. But yeah, Byerly, it's not a fan favorite. That's why it's not talked about. Darley is a good one. Yeah, Darley is good. Mel would love would you love a ginger? I think there's too much ginger out there, but I think if Guerlain did ginger, especially in the low medial line, I think that would be a good one. I honestly think Guerlain should come out with a new line. That's just my opinion. But if they did ginger in the low medial line, Guerlain's they're known for doing different stuff, and so I think they would do ginger very well. Anyway, so let's get into some of Mo's, and then again we will do the giveaway in about 20 minutes or so. So which one did he really want me to try? Oh, he wanted me to try this one. Nitro White. I've tried Nitro Red and I've tried Nitro Black. I liked Red. Not enough to wear though. Like, I thought I was going to get more watermelon, but I didn't. And then Nitro Black was okay. Nothing special. But anyway, this is Nitro White by Dumnont. I don't even know what this is supposed to be. Is this too close to me? I feel like you guys are hearing me sniff. Like, it feels like it's too close. I actually really like that. It smells like something, though. It smells like something very familiar. It's kind of down the road. I mean, it's vanilla heavy, at least in my first sniffs, but it has a little bit of freshness behind it. Maybe a tad of citrus. It smells super familiar, though. I don't know what that smells like. Not a super powdery vanilla. There is some powder, but it's not overbearing. Let's see. Is it supposed to be a clone of something? Stronger with you. I mean, not really. It doesn't have the nuttiness of Stronger with you. I mean, if anything, when you smell it, you can smell that kind of Dumnont DNA. Now that I've smelled red and black, all the Dumonts have this kind of slightly powdery sweet DNA underneath the whole thing. And this one's no different. It's just kind of like almost like a balsamic vanilla. I don't know if it's little citrus, maybe a bit of honey. It's good. It's very nice. Would it be something that I would personally wear myself? I don't think so. It says that the notes are, so there's no citrus. It's juniper berries. So that's what I'm getting. I thought it was some kind of citrus mixture, but it's just juniper berries. I mean, it's not like overly fruity or anything like that. Iris, not heavy on the iris either. Cypress, myrrh, patchouli, honey, vanilla, amber, musk, and leather. So I'm getting a lot of the dry down with some juniper. The iris, I guess that could be. This is kind of like a youthful made iris fragrance, I guess you could say. It's the type of fragrance that is made with iris with younger people in mind, so that because iris is usually a grown-up note in fragrances, and comes across more powdery, and depends on what type. But in this case, it's a lot more subdued underneath the vanilla and honey. It has a little bit of the juniper that's already starting to fade. But I mean, this is a honeyed vanilla mixture with a little bit of a fruity top and this kind of like musky undertone. The iris is there, but it's playing towards the younger crowd. I would never wear this fragrance personally. If I smelled this and someone had me smell it, I would say, yeah, it smells nice. It smells like a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's anything fantastic, though. Let's see what Mo says. Nitro White is like a vanilla juicy fruit gum. So appealing in your opinion. You find it like really, really appealing? I don't know. I mean, it smells nice. Like, I don't see anybody disliking this, but to me, it's just kind of like a honeyed amber that has a little bit of a fruitiness up top. I don't get the juicy fruit gum because the juniper berry is there, but again, I thought it was citrus because it was so far down on my skin that I thought it was like a citrus blend, but like I don't get an overwhelming amount of fruitiness to it. It has a little bit of fruitiness, but I'm getting like a powdery vanilla that has a little bit of a balsamic undertone, which again, I just found out was honey. So I don't get that overwhelming amount of fruitiness that you're saying, like that you get the juicy fruit gum. Yeah, I don't get that, unfortunately. Yeah, white gets me attention. It's appealing to the public. Easy. It's definitely easy grab. I mean, I just wouldn't see myself, and it smells nice. I just wouldn't see myself going out and buying it because there's like 50 other fragrances that have similar styles to them. It immediately reminded me of a bunch of other things, but I am shocked that they're saying online that the comparables to this are Stronger with You. I do see the Dumont Nitro Red. I see the comparison to that, not the fruitiness, but there's this nitro DNA. And if you smelled Nitro Red and you smelled Nitro Black, you will know what I'm talking about. I can see it possibly being compared to Stronger With You Intensely because of the vanilla. But that also might be like them just pushing it because of the vanilla. But it is a similar style of vanilla, which I don't like. Stronger With You Intensely. It's the only Stronger With You outside of Only that I don't like. So, yeah, see, Mike, this is exactly what I get too. It is a heavy vanilla bomb. That's like really all I'm getting. I get a little bit of a fruity tone, but it's like vanilla, 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 vanilla. And I'm not a huge fan of this type of vanilla, to be honest with you. Randy, have you had the chance to try Issey Miyake's La Selle d'Issey? It's one of the best releases from last year that has flown mostly under the radar. The only Issey Miyake that I knew that was released was the Vetiver from a year before that. I didn't see that one being released. It wasn't on any of the sites that I usually use for brand new releases. So I don't know. I never heard of it. I'll have to look it up under once I get off of this. But yeah. Yeah, that's it. This is exactly what I get. Creamy, sweet, nuclear vanilla with this kind of honey-like balsamic undertone. The fruitiness is all but gone for me already. And so it's exactly what Mike's saying, at least from what I'm smelling. And it's just something that's just heavy vanilla, which is why a lot of people online are comparing it to Stronger With You Intensely. Well, I don't think it smells like that because that has that nutty vibe. It's almost like if you took that style of vanilla and pushed it on top of the Dumnont DNA. That's really what I get. And I've never been a huge fan of vanilla bomb fragrances unless they're like a balsamic vanilla bomb, which this one still has powder. And so while it's not a powder bomb, it's a vanilla bomb with powder, but it smells nice and it's mass appealing. It's another one of those Jean Paul Gaultier, Le Male Elixir style fragrances that are just heavy on the vanilla, heavy on the Tonka, that are just pushing out and doesn't really do anything for me. You know, I never found Juicy Fruit Gum to be very fruity. See, I do. Like, if I smell, what's the fragrance? Lorenzo Pizzaglia's Sangria. And then you get a pack of Juicy Fruit Gum. That it kind of has that vibe for me. So, yes, I understand what you're saying. But, I mean, Juicy Fruit Gum, I don't get vanilla from. So, it's like, I can see what you're saying from the opening. If you just took the opening 5 minutes of Nitro White, it has that juniper berry, which adds in that slight fruitiness that, again, I thought was a citrus blend. That to me, that's where it could come off more like a Juicy Fruit Gum. But once I get past that, it's just a vanilla balm on my skin. It smells nice. It's just I would never buy it. I'm glad you sent it to me because it was on my list of things to pick up if I ever wanted to add something extra to the cart. But let me go back up. I kept clicking on Mo's comments. So I want to try the Dumnont fragrances for my teens. Try Nitro Red first. That's an easy teen fragrance. What are some of my favorite ouds? I actually have one that is becoming my favorite oud. This is Oud Indichin by Maxim Parfums. They are the sister company to, why can't I think of the name? It's a Russian company. I can't remember the name. I don't remember. They're a sister company that just came out to a bigger, Bortnikov. I think they're either Russian or Turkish or something like that. Or maybe it's like Indian or something. I can't remember. They're from somewhere in the Middle East, maybe in Asia somewhere. But anyway, they're the sister house to them. And this is called Oud Indichin. It's one of my favorite ouds. It reminds me of whenever I was like 20, 21. There's just something about it. It has this kind of like honeyed like cigar bar smell to it with this beautiful sweet and spicy oud below it that is just absolutely beautiful. It's one of the highest quality ouds, but the fragrance is also $400. So It's not very well known, and it's not really on discounters, so I wouldn't recommend it. That's why I haven't done a video, because I don't want people to go out and buy that fragrance for $400 because it's not worth $400. It smells nice, it's just not $400. I think it's actually more than that. They sent it to me, and I was just like, never heard of this brand before. Oh, I already read that one. I already read that one too. Lisel Dissy is nice. I got a cited watermelon at the top. I guess you meant like a slight watermelon at the top with a modern Kenneth Cole reaction dry down. I dug it. Yeah, I mean, if I can find it, because whenever I look for new releases, I usually have 3 or 4 sites that I get new releases from, and that never popped up on them. So it must have been a hidden release, but now that it's on my radar, I will look on. I do like Ludisi, or I like Issey Miyake in general. They have some really good fragrances for really good prices. Like Noir Ombre was like $50 at one point in time, and that stuff is amazing. So I will get my hands on it. And Ludisi Vetiver is super underrated too. It smells like a more watery vetiver version of Dior Homme Sport 2021. So if you ever tried that, it's really good. Recommendations for woody fragrance that is office safe. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of woody fragrances that are office safe, because I mean, if you think about it, there's sandalwood, there's cedar, there's, I mean, even amberwood and broxen. I mean, most of them are some type of woody tone. And so, I mean, Aventus Cologne is a very good one. I mean, that's the one that's whoop right there. If you're looking for more of like a cheaper option, obviously there's like the Mont Blanc Explorer. There's even like Bulgari's Wood Neroli, which you can still find floating around. That one's pretty nice. As far as like strict, I'm trying to think of like straight woody fragrances that are, whoops, sorry. I mean, there's so many. I mean, like Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Intense is an amber woody fragrance. So it all depends on what kind of woods you're looking for. But let's talk about this, because I think this might be in the realm of what you're looking for. And I haven't tried it yet, but I already think that I know what it is. It is Chopard's Cedar Malaki. Oh, that's another one. Penhaligon's Halfeti Cedar. That one's a really good one that you can wear that's office safe. And that's a straight woody fragrance. If you want a pine fragrance, Montale's Russian Leather. It sounds like there's leather in that. And there should be. But the leather is so far down. It smells just like a piney fresh scent. So if you like pine, that's a good one too. And you can wear that to the office. Would I wear Cedar Malaki to the office? Don't think so, but you could. This is very gentlemanly. It has that Halfeti Cedar smell to it. It's one of those really strong, really masculine woody scents that I actually have been growing to like a lot. Has a bit of an ambery undertone to give it not really like a sweetness, but like a slight resinous vibe to the fragrance. So I actually really like it. And what I'm trying to see, what do they run at? Cedar Malaki, $49.99. You can buy Cedar Malaki for $49.99 on JOMASHOP right now. So I mean that's a steal for this. It has a little bit of an aromatic tone, but this is like cedar forward. It's straight up cedar forward with this kind of like rich, slightly green undertone. It smells like there's a touch, and when I say a touch, there's a touch of citrus mixed in. This is one you could easily wear to the office, absolutely. So if you're looking for a $55, I mean, it was like the perfect time to ask me that. If you're looking for a heavy woody scent, and I mean heavy woods, this one's not going to be for everybody. But if you're looking for a heavy woody scent, this is it. Cedar Malaki is a grown-up, gentlemanly, woody scent that has a slight touch of a green tone and a little bit of citrus underneath, as well as a slight richness. But with that said, it's clean, It's a bit bold, and I think it's very, very nice. I'd give this an easy like 8.2, 8.3 out of 10, especially for the price. It's just I wouldn't overspray it, especially if you're going to work or something, because there is a slight bit of sweetness under there that's carrying through. And I'm not sure if it's coming from the amber because I'm not that far into it. It could be like some kind of vanilla or tonka, but yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. It almost has a slight smoky tone to it as well. I don't know if it might be myrrh, some kind of labdanum, but let's see what the note breakdown is. All right, top notes: cypress, cardamom, grapefruit, lavender, artemisia. Mid notes: atlas cedar and cedar, and base notes are labdanum, cypriol oil, patchouli, and tonka bean. Yeah, I miss the spice of the cardamom, but there's a little bit of that green tone that's probably coming from the artemisia and the cypress. Cypriol oil, I couldn't tell you what that smells like. I know some people talk about that all the time. And then the labdanum, yeah, that makes sense. I don't smell much patchouli yet, but I could easily see that being in the dry down. But yeah, this is a really good one, Mo. I'd give that an 8.2 out of 10. I think it's really, really good fragrance. The closest thing I could think of maybe, nah, I wouldn't say tobacco and tonka bean. It's that one has more of a sweetness. This one has a little bit of an earthy vibe to it. Talking about the Dumnont Nitro White, it has a little earthiness underneath it, like an aromatic earthiness. Not exactly what that's from. Favorite oud is Halcyon Oud. I have yet to try that fragrance. When it comes to oud, even though my name is FragranceDoud, the only reason my name is FragranceDoud isn't because I like oud. It's because I actually hate oud at that point in time. The first oud fragrance I tried was Boss Bottled Oud, which everybody was raving about. And when I got it in, it smelled like a wet log. I hated the fragrance. And I was like, dude. And my daughter was like, you should call your channel Dude, but like with an O-U-D. And so that's how the name FragranceDoud came about. Not because I love oud. It's actually the opposite. Never really, I mean, I don't look through my collection and say, wow, I love oud. Because most of the time when I like ouds, they're the type of ouds that you really don't smell like oud. Like Stronger With You oud. That kind of just smells like Gaiac wood or some kind of just darker woodiness. Doesn't really say, it smells like designer oud, I guess you could say. But when I actually got introduced to real oud was in Oud Indochin. And that's the way oud should smell. It smells good. It has this kind of like almost raisin-like smell to it. Not the oud, the fragrance itself. Creed Royal Oud tops my book. See, that's another one. That's another one that has oud in it, but it doesn't really smell like oud. It's not like oud forward. I mean, it's woody for sure, but it doesn't really smell like 100% like oud. Like I don't really get oud from it, but again, I'm not accustomed to like high-end oud, so maybe it does. I don't know. I'd have to go to like the Middle East in Dubai or something and have them actually have the oud in front of me, because the last time that I actually smelled real oud was in this Scent and Sip place that they had little samples of it, and it was super dried out. What's going on, Montrese? How you doing, buddy? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Mont Blanc Starwalker is a nice bamboo woody, good to work. That's a nice one, but that's what I'm saying. There's so many woody fragrances out there. You could look through like half of designer fragrances and they would be labeled as either an amber woody fragrance or like a light woody fragrance or sandalwood or whatever it might be. There's a lot of them. Mont Blanc Starwalker is another one, but there's so many that you could really say that about, because then ambroxan comes out and that's a chemical compound that's supposed to smell like an amber woody smell with like an effervescent vibe. So, I mean, who knows? But for me, I think the best answer is probably that one. Aventus Cologne, as far as like what I would say I would wear to work or something. I do wear that one a decent amount whenever I go out, so that would probably be my answer. Or Mont Blanc Explorer. Those ones are really good. It's Memo Paris. Yes, sorry. I put Montale in the description too. It's Memo Paris Russian leather, sorry. And then they have Italian leather and all that. I don't know why I put Montale. It was like Montale was in my head because I was talking to Mike about Fig Ecstasy. And so I put that, but it's Memo Paris Russian leather. That's the one that smells like pine. Which whenever I smelled that on a live stream, I was like, are you kidding me? Why is this called Russian leather? I was thinking I was going into it, it was going to be like this bold, leathery ass smell. It wasn't. It didn't really smell much like leather at all. It was like very piney. The leather comes in further in, but it's very, very piney. Cedar Malaki is a good one. Are you getting the grapefruit in the opening? Mike, only a touch. Like, it was a touch of grapefruit. I love that it's drying down so nicely. The way that this sweetness is coming in, that labdanum is pulling in, it's kind of evening out the woody tones and really blending together nicely, because in the opening, the woods were pushing out very heavy. And there was that richness to it that sometimes richness and woods don't go well together. And even though I really enjoyed it, this dry down is just getting immaculate. I very much like it. It smells in the same realm as something like Fetty Cedar, but just lesser expensive option, obviously. As we get older, dude, we tend to love more and more older gentleman fragrances. Yeah, no, I totally get it. So it's some people's style. Like for me, when I'll be 60 years old and I'll still be wearing like Polo 67 and Valentino. I've never liked powdery scents. And that's usually what comes along with those older men's vintage vibes. But when it comes to like green vintage, that's the type of vintage I like. I don't like powders and barbershop. That's why when it comes to vintage, I usually stay away. Asa, I'm wearing Prada Luda Rosa Ocean EDT. Great choice. Cedar Malaki is new to me. It's, if you need to like more masculine woodiness. That's what the fragrance smells like. Yes, there is a bit of grapefruit in the opening, but I would still digress. If I'm trying to explain to somebody who wants a very wood-heavy scent, this is wood-heavy. It has a touch of grapefruit, yes, but it's not very heavy. I get a lot of leather from Cedar Malaki, especially as it dries. That's coming from the labdanum. So yeah, that's why I knew there was labdanum in it right off the bat, is that as soon as I smelled it, you could smell that there was a little bit of this kind of rich and leather, slight, almost smoky nuance. I was like, yeah, that's labdanum. That's not leather. That's labdanum. There might be a leather oil in this, or the way that they blended it together, who knows? But I think it's the labdanum and the saffron mixed together. Yeah, you're correct. I didn't read your whole comment, but yes, you are right. I was talking about Nitro White for, yeah, I knew what you were talking about with the tobacco and tonka bean. Tobacco and tonka bean, like whenever I just smelled this one, the Nitro White, it had a little bit of this kind of earthy lavender mixture in the background. And tobacco and tonka bean, I get more of that fruity plum. And so that to me has more of the fruitiness to it. But I do have to say Nitro White is very linear for me. It still smells nice. It's a very easy wear fragrance, but whatever. Do you think the new Polo is better than the 67 OG and worth a $50 difference? I couldn't picture it being more aromatic in the dry down since it smells nice. So the EDP, I wouldn't say it's $50. Like I don't think either of the fragrances you should buy for more than like $75 or $80. And if you wait like a month or two for this, if you don't win the giveaway, for instance, you'll find this on discounters for 80 bucks. Or if you go to like News Parfums and you're okay with translating the French with your computer, you can get it for less than that. But Polo 67 EDP is a better overall fragrance than it smoothens out all the edges from the original one. It adds in a bit of richness. It makes it just a little bit more grown up, but still while remaining a youthful scent. But everything about it is better. The performance, the smell. Is it $50 different? No. You shouldn't spend $50 more for any Polo fragrance, in my opinion. I don't think there's a single Polo fragrance out there that I would spend over $100 if I was somebody watching a video, to be honest with you. Just ordered Nitro Red Intensely. Perfume box, right? Yeah, they contacted me, and apparently they contacted Josh from Instagram, and they contacted me, and they're gonna be sending me a bottle of that apparently. Virtue's Vanilla Oud isn't a strong oud. No, it's not. It's not a strong oud. That's what I'm saying. It's Virtue's Vanilla Oud is in the same kind of realm as Stronger With You Oud. I actually compared them at one time. It's more of that designer style oud. It's more, they're calling it oud, but really it should be called Virtue's Vanilla because it is mostly vanilla. There is some oud in the background, but it's a vanilla scent. But they're just trying to make it sound better, in my opinion. What's going on, Grim? How you doing, buddy? Definitely go follow him over at Grim G's, trying to grow his channel. I think he was at 800 or 900 last time. If you guys want to get him to 1,000, trying to get that monetization going, so definitely hit him up. Once I get through, I have Mike, I have Novice, and I think that's it. But I have Mike and Novice that I have to bring onto the channel on live streams. Mike is in 2 weeks, and then Novice is right after Mike. And then after that, Grim's going to come on the channel and do a live stream with me. Desir Toxic smells like pine to me, and there ain't no pine in it, but I love it. No, it does. There's a mixture of a few things that has... They sometimes they use specific notes to make an accord. Like sometimes they'll use pine and a couple other things to make this kind of minty accord, and they did that in a few other fragrances, but in Desir Toxic, it smells like there's pine. I agree with you. It definitely smells like it. If it's not, then I'd be surprised. All right. Graham just got another subscriber. Awesome. Who else I didn't subscribe to yet? So far, we've had Novice Nose. We've had Fragrance Induced Coma. We've had Mike from Fragrance Fraternity. And J. Red Lamar. Taste and Sense with the Buggy. And I think there was one other person. Grim got to make that money to support this habit. Yeah. So just an FYI, there's 5 minutes left. If you want to enter the giveaway, you have to, the reason I do this now is because there was a lot of giveaways in the past when I used to do them weekly that people would enter and there'd be spam and scam accounts. So what I do now, if you do a $1.99 donation, you get 1 entry, or if you do $5, you get 2 entries with a max of 2 entries. You get Polo 67 EDP and the Polo Ralph Lauren book bag. And we'll do the drawing in about 10 minutes. So just an FYI, if you do want to do that, you have to either super chat, super sticker, or PayPal, FragranceDoud@gmail.com. I'm going to list the names that I have right now. We have Junior, we have Jason, we have Sleepy John, we have Sean, we have Novice, Ricardo, Griffin, Chris, Jason, Mo, Dan, Blake with 1, Kenneth, Jonathan, Johnny, Anthony. Okay, I don't know what that, I need to go back. Robin. I couldn't read my own writing. Robin, Mike, Fragrance Fraternity, David, Brian, and J. Red Lamar. If I missed your name, let me know, and then I'll have to go through and find your donation. A horse running. I'm just going to put you under horse. All right, we got you for 2, brother. Are you going to pick up the new Scandal Intense? I am waiting to hear what somebody that I know says about it. So I have it in my cart right now on News Parfums. And because of you guys emailing News Parfums and complaining about how they didn't return that fragrance to me, they sent me a broken fragrance and then they wouldn't refund me for it. You guys, I had like 10 or 20 of you guys reach out to them and say like, I'm not using your site again, that's bullshit. And so they actually refunded me. So I have it in my cart, but because it's such a switch up on the DNA, and I've actually heard it's not a good switch up, I'm waiting until one of my friends who has very similar taste to me gets it in and tells me whether or not it's something I should pick up or not. And I trust him because if not, I'm going to use it to buy a different fragrance that I have my eye on. So, yeah. But thank you for the donation, Horse Running. That's the reason I haven't picked it up yet. Oh, why Les Parfums? Thought you meant myself, Les Parfums. Oh, I guess you're talking to somebody else. Appreciate the subscriptions, everybody. Nice. Congratulations. Taste and Sense with D Boogie. You got one going on here. Okay. I'm going to put you under D Boogie, man. It's B-U-G-I. Yeah. All right. Alex. Got you down. MPG. Speaking of another fragrance person, MPG Fragrance. Today's PDM Perseus is on the menu. I'll highlight them. What's going on? Whoop, good luck. Absolutely. You want to know what's funny? Speaking of Grimm, I was watching one of his lives the other day, and he was like, I don't know, like, whenever I go on dude's live, like, I don't want to, like, say something wrong. I was like, I guess you haven't watched my live streams, have you? I was like, whenever I started my channel, I was tossing back 6-packs on my, doing shots on my live stream, swearing up a storm. I was like, it's not kid games over here. I was like, you're not going to be offending anybody on my channel, that's for sure. Did I try a Virtus Amber Elixir? I have not. I didn't even hear of that. I think somebody mentioned it the other day, but I've never tried it, no. I've only tried 2 Virtus to date. That's great to know. I've been on the fence on blind buying it. So it apparently, from what I've heard it from one other person, horse running. I've heard, a horse. I heard from one other person that it smells nothing like the rest of the Scandal line, and that it's not going to be for everybody. And it's exactly based on what I saw the fragrance was about. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. And yeah, the community here is great. I always worry about that. I'm like a fecal ood, not for everybody. Yep, exactly. All right, so we have a few more fragrances I'm going to try to get through. I know Mo's probably sitting over there like, bro, why are you trying any of these fragrances? This is called Teriaq Intense. Again, these were sent to me by Mo. And speaking of fecal oud, this is not fecal oud. This is a non-animalic, non-fecal oud. It is absolutely a beautiful, smooth, slightly spiced oud. Anyway, Teriaq Intense. I know nothing about this fragrance. I don't even know let's see what the company's name is. Teriaq Intense. I'm guessing it's a clone house, right? Probably like Lattafa or Paris Corner. It is Lattafa. I figured that. Just based on the name, I knew it was a Middle Eastern house. Okay. That's more up my aisle, but that smells like something. I don't know what it smells like, but ambery, a little bit of spice, some cinnamon, but it's like a fruity booziness. Whenever I think of fruity booziness and I think of cinnamon and I think of amber, the only thing that I'm thinking of, but it doesn't really smell like it, would be sense of wood, plum, and cognac. Which, if you guys haven't tried that fragrance, you need to try it. And it also has one of the coolest bottles of all time. It's like a big-ass heart. Like, it looks like a heart. You could choose what color you want. It's sick. But anyway. No. It's supposed to be I'm guessing this is an inspiration, because it says it's supposed to be a clone of the new Killian Angel Share Paradis. That is not correct. So I'm just going out of that. So it has plum or some shit. Fruity, boozy, a nice little cinnamon spiciness, but not too spicy. This is right down the line. So yeah, they said that it was like reminding them of Lattafa Hamra, the new Killian Angel Share Paradis. Doesn't smell like either of them. It really smells like it. I understand why they said Latafa Hamra, because underneath there's that kind of amber cinnamon. But just because something has amber and cinnamon doesn't mean it smells like Hamra. Like somebody said that this smelled like Hamra earlier, or Kamra, and it doesn't smell like it at all, not even like one bit. This is nice, like plum, a little bit of fruitiness, a little bit of spice. It's a very, very good fragrance. I don't know what the hell it's cloning. If somebody can tell me if it's supposed to be a clone of Angel Share Paradis, if it isn't, it smells like something on its own. While it does remind you of other things, like I was getting whiffs of Initio's Side Effect. I was getting some plum in there, which also has like this booziness that you would get from Angel Share, but just like a different type of fruitiness. I'm going to give that an 8.5. I mean, it's not the highest quality fragrance. I mean, it's still a Latafa, but I mean, as far as Latafa fragrances, it still has that syrupy sweetness, but the way that the booze is mixing in, they did a really good job with it. Yeah, I'm going to give that opening at least an 8.5. I wouldn't buy it right now. I will definitely buy it in the fall, though. Okay, so this is a good one. So D-Boogie said, I didn't think it was a clone due to its collaboration with Quentin Bish. See, you would know more than I would, because when it comes to Latafa, Paris Corner, all of those fragrances, I only pick up like 2 or 3 a year, because I mean, I have nothing against clones or inspirations. I would just rather pick up the originals, and I'm not going to pick up the other ones and just have them sitting on my shelf. That's just the way that I do things, but this one is a definite pickup for me. It definitely has bits of that Hamra Angel Share style, but then on top of it, that plum, that little bit of like, almost like a slight cherry vibe too, but then you have this whiskey bourbon mixture, and then underneath it, sprinkled on top of the amber, you have a nice cinnamon. It's a very beautiful fragrance. Yeah, I'm giving that an 8.5. I think it smells very good. It's one of the better clone or Latafa fragrances, I should say. It smells good. That was exactly what I was going to say. It smells like almost like Angel Share, though. I was going to say like Angel Share, if you mix it together with like Paragon and Side Effect. That was kind of like what it smells like to me. Paragon and Side Effect had a baby, and underneath it was Hamra or Angel Share. That's what this fragrance smells like. I love that plum booziness. And I just looked online, and it says it's a plum liquor. So I'm guessing it's some kind of oil that they just have that's called plum liquor. I don't know if it's, or it could be like a bourbon mixed together with plum, but it smells great. Plum's one of my favorite notes, so as soon as I smelled that, I was like, yeah, that's fantastic. So we've done the Cedar Malaki. We did Nitro White. We did Teriaq Intense. And now Arabian Tonka, and then we're going to do the giveaway. This is Arabians Tonka. I always wondered why is it Arabians Tonka instead of just Arabian Tonka? I always wondered why that is the name. Yeah, I don't like that. Nope. Did you send me rose? Did you send me something with rose? Arabians Tonka. I need to wash that off if it is. Yep. And it's the kind that she is the most allergic to. Bulgarian rose. Saffron, bergamot, agarwood, Bulgarian rose, tonka, sugarcane, amber, white musk, and oak moss. I have to wash my arm off when I'm done this. So for that, and anybody who doesn't know, my wife is allergic to rose, and there's 2 different types that she's the most allergic to, and it's Damask and Bulgarian rose. And thanks, Mo, who is one of my moderators, sent me the one that she's like the most allergic to. And I found that out from testing different fragrances. She's not like deathly allergic unless you like spray it on her throat or something. But yeah, I'm not even gonna. It smells like a lot of rose, and I don't really like rose. So no, I ain't a big fan of that fragrance. never been a big fan of rose, so let's just say you guys can try that out for yourself. Anyways, whenever it was supposed to be Arabian Tonka, I thought it was gonna be Tonka bean. Uh, Mo's trying to kill my wife. It has a nice undertone, and I'm guessing it's gonna go somewhere nice. It does have a little bit of woodiness. It has that nice saffron up top, but it's mixed together with rose. I've never been a big rose fan, and the rose is heavy in this, so I'm guessing it's gonna turn into like a, I don't know, like a Tonka, slightly powdery, semi-sweet fragrance that has a bit of spice behind it, which at that point in time probably will be nice. I'm just, I can't do that. So, and I'm not mad at Mo at all. I don't, I don't care. So yes, those are the fragrances. And I did realize, Mo, I went through and the Bleu Noir EDP, you actually sent me before. I didn't remember it. I thought it was the Parfum that you had sent me before, but you actually sent me the Bleu Noir EDP. With that said, we're going to be doing the live stream giveaway of the Polo 67. If you are not here and you watch this on the replay, you have 24 hours to claim. If you do win, just put in the comments, I'm here or something like that, just so I know that you're here. In order to get a hold of me, you need to just send me your address to either my Instagram or you email me at FragranceDoud@gmail.com. But we are going to, you guys can conversate among yourselves while I plug all of your names into the wheel of names, because there's quite a lot of people on this one. I thought I just deleted the entire live. I almost did. That was almost really bad. I hit delete and it went and deleted the tab. All right. I'm going to list the names one more time before we get into it. If you were not mentioned, please let me know. Junior ×2, Jason ×2, Sleepy John ×2, Sean ×2, Novice ×2, Ricardo ×2, Griffin ×2, Chris ×2, Jason ×2, Mo ×2, Dan ×2, Blake ×2, Kenneth ×2, Jonathan Blake ×1, sorry. Kenneth ×2, Jonathan ×2, Johnny ×1, Anthony ×2. Why I can't, Robin ×2, Fragrance Fraternity or Mike ×2, David ×2, Brian with a Y ×2, Jared Lamar ×2, Horse ×2, D Boogie 1, Alex 1, MPG Fragrance 1. I can't remember. I wrote down Robin, but I made the R really big, and so I keep forgetting what that looks like, and I'm like, what is that? What did I write that letter? And my name's Randy, so you would think that the R. Jason S ×2. Since there are two, is there two Jasons? Jason S. Okay. So I got Jason S ×2. And then, so Jason S is the one. Well, thanks, Mo. Thanks for the $1.99. Anyone else allergic to anything? I'll test it. Mo, you're funny. He gave you a $1.99 donation so that my wife dies. All right, so you guys talk to each other. I need to put these names in. Junior, and again, I'm going down the list so that your names aren't right next to each other. Like, I'm going to put Junior in, and then I'm going to come back and do Junior later. Jason S. Sleepy J, Sleepy John, Sean, Novice, Ricardo. Okay, and then we're going to do Junior again, Jason S again, Sleepy John again. You know what? Since I'm typing, I'm going to actually present what I'm typing so you guys can see it. that would probably, so you guys actually have something to look at while I'm doing it. So Sleepy John. And then Sean. Novice again. Ricardo. And I think that's where I left off, right? Yeah. So now we have Griffin, Chris, Jason, Mo, Dan, Blake, and then we're going to do that again. Griffin, Chris, Jason, Mo, Dan, and since Blake only had one, so I'm skipping over his second one. Kenneth, Jonathan, Johnny, Anthony, Kenneth again, Jonathan again. Johnny had one, and Anthony's second one. Damn, I can't even type. Now we're on to page 2. All right. Robin. Mike. That's Fragrance Fraternity. David. Brian. J-Red Lamar. Horse. Boogie. Alex. MPG. And then Robin. Mike, David, Brian, J-Red Lamar, and Horse. All right. There we go. Congratulations to whoever wins this, but good luck to everybody. I just want to make sure that nobody says, hey, you forgot my name. Someone said, what's going on? This is my first time catching him live. We are doing a giveaway for the Polo 67 EDP and book bag, and we're about to run the giveaway now. All right. Jonathan, both of us, typo. Did I type Jonathan's name wrong twice? Mo, you're M-O. That's why I always put you. I always put you M-O. Jonathan. Yeah, that's right. All right, whatever. Mo, shut up. So now we're doing this. 3, 2, 1. Good luck to everybody. Congratulations! Jonathan won. Mo, you made him win. Congratulations. I appreciate everybody. That's pretty funny. We were just talking about Jonathan like literally right before that. Can you guys see me still? Yeah, I just want to make sure. Hold on. Am I on the screen fully? Present. Are you guys seeing me as a small box on the screen, or are you seeing me as a full thing on the screen? Because it's, for some reason, it's showing me as, oh, so layout. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's a great, easy reach to win. Congratulations, Jonathan. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, small dude. What? I'm confused. There you is, full dude. Oh, small. I was like, what is he saying? Oh, wait, he's answering me. Yep, there we go. We're good. That's what she said. So, Jonathan, congratulations. I just make sure you message me on Instagram or you message me on FragranceDoud@gmail.com, and then I'll send it out to you tomorrow. You're small. That's what she said. Yeah, he was like, "You're small." Oh wait, you're big. I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" But anyway, so 9:05. It is time for me to head out. I appreciate all of the people that were around here. I'm sorry if you didn't win. Again, we'll be doing giveaways like this every couple weeks. If you guys still want to, I will probably, the next time I do a giveaway, I'll do a poll as to what you guys would want to win so that you can choose and vote for the best option to win. Or maybe we'll like have two options and you can, we'll have four options and you can choose two of them, and then we'll do two giveaways in one night. But anyway, you guys all have a fantastic evening. Thank you for everybody who donated. I'm going to mention it one more time. Junior, Jason, Sleepy John, Sean, Novice, Ricardo, Griffin, Chris, Mo, Dan, Blake, Kenneth, Jonathan, Johnny, Anthony, Robin, Mike, David, Brian, Jared Lamar, Horse, Debuggy, Alex, MPG Fragrance. You guys are the best people. Thanks for being the greatest subscribers in the world. And hopefully we keep up these fun times on the next one, like Mo said. Everybody hit that like on the way in. If you're coming from the replay, make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you're not already. And I appreciate everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.